Skippy, Alex Keaton's best friend on that hit 80s show Family Ties. We're talking about Marc Price. These days, he's doing stand-up comedy, and he's in town, and he wants you to know, so you'll go out and see him. Joining me is Marc and fellow comedian Joe Kashnow, a veteran who was injured in the line of duty and awarded a Purple Heart. Thank you.
Thank you
For your service.
Thank you very
First
much.
of all.
Thank you.
I want to talk about...
Thank you for driving this morning. We came from Chicago.
Yeah?
And we didn't even know about the time change. We left time for something to go wrong, and that's what went wrong. There was a time change.
Yes, we do that
So,
here.
yeah.
An hour difference, right?
We're here.
Yeah, let's talk about, first of all, how the two of you got together. How do you know each other and you're doing this comedy show together? How did that come to be?
Well, I was part of a documentary called Comedy Warriors Healing Through Humor, which was a very exciting project. It was the story of 5 traumatically injured vets that used their sense of humor to get through their injury. We got to work with A-level comedians, Louis Black, Bob Saget, Zach Galifianakis, and one of the producers is a close friend of Marc's, and we started working together after the documentary.
Very cool. We just had Bob Saget on the show last week or 2 weeks ago, so nice to see you.
My old friend Bob.
Yes. How, when you're talking about making, you have an injury, to your leg, massive. What happened to you, and then how do you guys make that part of the show and actually laugh about that?
Well, I had a very funny thing that happened to me one day at work. The road just exploded in front of me. Yeah, and it's been hysterical ever since.
I'm like, but is that part of what you guys do, though? You said that you try to laugh through, to heal through laughing, and when we first came over here, we were joking about him standing up for me, and you were making light of the situation.
Well, hang on now. He started it. He started the lightness. I just I roll with it.
Okay.
We're always making accidental puns. Let's get a leg up this leg of the tour. He's defooted, but not defeated.
Got you.
And that's the bottom line of this, that Joe doesn't let any of this keep him down. It's unimaginable to me what he's been through. And to most of us, right?
Yes.
But
if you can just think about what it's like to not have half of your leg, that's what I have. It's very simple. I don't see what's difficult about that.
Tell me about how do you guys mesh together and have the jokes and kind of
we
what you do?
We don't perform together on stage, right? We do our acts separately. Joe is trained by these A-list comedians, and now he's got Skippy. He went from A-list to D-list.
Yes.
It happens. But we're out there on tour. The movie is where the guys learn to be stand-up comedians.
Okay.
And the tour is sort of the next. It's like the sequel where we're learning how to tour.
Yes. Tell me about what you do. And if somebody hasn't seen you, what can they expect?
I like to say, not a refund. And then I explained that my dad was a comedian, and I toured around when I followed in his footsteps. We're both very poor decision makers.
Yes.
Because you don't want to be a comedian today. And we, he taught me everything about comedy, and he brought me to see the greats from the old school, George Burns and Milton Berle, and then it was Robert Klein and David Brenner. In those days, those were the kids.
Yes.
And then Jay Leno and Jerry Seinfeld, and a few years later, I was opening for Jay Leno and Jerry Seinfeld.
That's awesome. Okay, so one of my old hangouts, Bear's Place in Bloomington. When are you going to be? Is that tonight?
BearsPlaceBar.com tonight. There's 2 shows, 6:30 and 8:30.
There's the information. Let's hit it, okay? Because you can see these guys tonight, Bear's Place Bloomington, then tomorrow night in Shelbyville at
the
Strand
Strand
Theater. Okay? Let's go. Let's have
Absolutely.
get some laughs. Again, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Tonight at Bear's Place, all the veterans are welcome for free as our guests. And not just because it's Veterans Day, we do that year round.
Okay.
And then Saturday, there's a discount for them at the Strand as well.
Excellent. All right, guys, thank you so much. Back in IU country, we'll go to Bear's Place tonight, Jim.
All right, yeah, sounds good. And chilly weather on the way for today. Keep that in mind. It's a frosty start here